Hello, okay, this is not going to be a review about the board game. I just thought it would make some very good visual aid. Anyway, before I begin this review, I just thought I'd say something about the Starship Enterprise, or more specifically, the original one here. In my last review, I said that the original 1960s model doesn't have these fins on the back of the engine that you see here. Well, it does, so I was wrong for saying that. This model is accurate to the TV show. So there we are, got that out of the way. Now this is going to be a review of Star Trek the Motion Picture, released in 1979 on a budget of about $33 million. So yes, they went all out on the budget for this film. Okay, I'll start at the beginning. I'll say good things and bad things. Mr. Chekhov is in Star Trek the Motion Picture, but they give him little or nothing to do, which is a shame. He's a good character. Chekhov is a bit literal sometimes, he's a bit hesitant, and at other times he can be a bit naive, because he's the baby of the bunch, he's young and naive. But they didn't give him that much to do. I mean, he's in it, but he's like the ship's navigator, and okay, they have the Ilea character, a new character being the navigator, but when she's taken over by the probe, her station needs to be filled, but they don't get Chekhov to do it. No, that's silly, They could have given Chekhov a bit more to do, but there we are. Okay, let's start at the beginning. Beginning of the film, we see Klingons. And we see the Klingon battle cruisers. They look, more or less like this one here, except a bit more detail, And, oh yes, the Klingon symbol, I don't know if you can see it on one of these wings. Hang on, it's a bit hard to see, but anyway. I think we see the Klingon symbol in Star Trek the Motion Picture. I think that's the first time we see it, because I don't believe we saw it in the TV show. But well, anyway, possibly the first appearance is in the film, very briefly in the background. Anyway, okay, so the or was it Star Trek 3? Well, anyway, that's a separate issue. The Klingons. That for the first time we see them with wrinkly foreheads. We didn't see that in the TV show. Now this is because this is on a bigger budget, and that's originally what Gene Roddenberry envisioned the Klingons to look like. Because you see, they're super intelligent. So it's like the veins of their brain can be seen on the outside of their heads. Klingons are super intelligent. They're also totally evil. So they use their brains to make really advanced weaponry. Klingons are the scourge of the universe, the ultimate conquerors, and all people are frightened of them because of their superior technology. V'Ger isn't frightened of them, not in the least. The V'Ger cloud, which is a cloud with a spaceship inside it, is about 50 miles long, so very, very big indeed. Anyway, it destroys them instantly with its weapons. It makes them look like puny little wimps, So that's when we know the V'Ger is a big deal, But the thing is, when I first saw Star Trek the Motion Picture, I was about 10, I thought the Klingons were fighting each other. I thought, because this is a revamped version, so their torpedoes look like those plasma energy things. So I thought they were killing each other, Klingons fighting one another. But when I'd seen it a few times, I realised, no, they are not fighting one another at all. The V'Ger cloud is destroying them. Because V'Ger is not, or V'Ger just makes them look like wimps, They are the scourge of the universe, the ultimate bad guys. But V'Ger's not scared of them in the least, and he just makes them all look like wimps. He destroys them instantly. So that's why V'Ger is a big deal. This is an enemy with weapons far more advanced than anything we've seen, even Klingons. So I thought it was cool we had Klingons, even though it was a very brief scene. Because they're popular bad guys, so they have a scene in the film. Now let's get back to the Starship Enterprise here. Now it doesn't look like this, by the way. No, the engines are reshaped and revamped. There's more detail in the saucer section and all that. Yes, the Enterprise looks quite different in the 1979 film, but it is technically the same ship. Although it's got reshaped engines and modified computers and all that, it is still the same ship. We know this because it has the same registration number, NCC 1701. So although revamped, it is technically the same starship. And Captain Kirk, well actually technically he's an admiral, but they call him Captain Kirk throughout the film. He's got a desk job at Starfleet, and he wants command of a spaceship again. He wants to get out there and have adventures and stuff. But it takes all kinds of, he has to push a lot of buttons. and it's a real palaver getting command of a starship back again, and he hasn't had a spaceship to command for years. Then finally, not only does he get command of a spaceship, he gets command of his favourite starship, the Starship Enterprise. But there is a lot of bickering between him and Captain Decker. Captain Decker is the commander of the USS Enterprise, and he says, why has Captain Kirk been put in command? He's a terrible leader. He doesn't understand how the engines work. He doesn't understand how the transporter works. He hasn't got a clue. He's a terrible leader. Why has Starfleet put him in command? But then that's kind of the point, isn't it? Captain Kirk has to prove his worth, that he is worthy. He may not have quite gotten up to date with the modern technology, but he has a lot of experience dealing with unknown alien life forms. Because when you think about